Luke 6 and 43. This is Jesus teaching. So it says, "For a good tree bringeth not forth corrupt fruit, neither doth a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. For every tree is known by its own fruit. For of thorns men do not gather figs, nor of a bramble bush gather they grapes. A good man out of the good treasure of his heart bringeth forth that which is good. An evil man out of the evil treasure of his heart bringeth forth that which is evil. For the abundance of the heart his mouth speaks. And why call ye me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say? Whosoever cometh to me and heareth my sayings and doeth them, I will show you to whom he is like. He is like a man which built a house and digged deep and laid the foundation on a rock. And when the flood arose, the stream beat vehemently upon that house and could not shake it, for it was founded upon a rock. But he that heareth and doeth not is like a man that without a foundation built an house upon the earth, against which the stream did beat vehemently, and immediately it fell. And the ruin of that house was great." So, a lot of good stuff in these few verses here. A lot of parallels in order to kind of magnify the point Jesus was trying to make, the contrast between what he was trying to say. It really helps to explain his point and make his point come across more clear. So verse 43, he begins with the good fruit and the bad fruit. So it says, "For a good tree bringeth not forth corrupt fruit, neither doth a corrupt tree bringeth forth good fruit. For every tree is known by its fruit." Pretty self-explanatory stuff there. Like, if you have a good tree, you must bring forth good fruit. An apple tree can't bring forth fruit. Can't bring forth oranges if it's an apple tree. Like, if you're a Christian, there should be a distinct line or a distinct behavior of Christians versus non-Christians, and I think that's pretty obvious. But you know, are you a Christian? Do you follow the teachings of Jesus? Do you fast? Do you pray? Do you seek the Lord? Or do you do you do you cuss, or do you smoke, or get drunk, or do you watch porn continually, or there are some things that are indicative of a good tree. The fruit that it comes off of, like it's, if you say, and Jesus says this on verse 46, "Why call ye me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say?" Like, you can't claim to be a good tree if you're not bringing forth good fruit. So this is something you'll have to take some time to humble yourself to do, as we all need to do continually, to examine, am I a good tree? Am I bringing forth good fruit by the power of the Spirit? It's like you have to take some time to really self-examine and say, am I bringing forth good fruit? Am I? You might want to say, like, "Oh wow, of course I'm a good tree," but really take some time. Am I bringing forth fruit? Am I growing in my faith? Am I spending time with God every day? Am I seeking Him? Am I fasting? Am I praying? Am I witnessing? Am I being a light to others? How often am I sharing my faith with others? But yeah. So, "Why call ye me Lord, Lord?" It reminds me of Matthew, I think it's 7:21. "Many will say to me on that day, Lord, Lord, have we not done these things and these things?" And Jesus will say, "Depart from me, I never knew you." You have to do the will of my Father. So it just made me think of that. It just, when he says Lord, Lord, like, there are those. It just makes the point that there are those that call him Lord, Lord, but don't do what Jesus says. He says, "Why call you me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say?" Like, it just made me think of that as a parallel. And goes on to say, verse 47, whoever comes to me and heareth my sayings and doeth them, I will show you whom he is like. So then he gives these two categories of people who are two men that one built his house upon the rock with the foundation. He dug deep. It might have took him a little longer, but he dug deep and he had the foundation. And then he built his house on top of the foundation. And when the storm came and the streams came and the flood came and beat upon the house, it could not shake it. It says it could not shake it, for it was founded upon the rock. And then Jesus says, okay, but there are people who hear what I say, call me Lord, Lord, hear what I say, but don't do with it. He said, this man is the man who built his house upon the sand, no foundation. It might have been a lot quicker, it might have been a lot easier and faster to do it than the man who built his house on the foundation. But he just decided, nah, I won't need the foundation. I don't do that. I hear what you say. I call you Lord, Lord, and I heard what you said, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to build my house upon the rock. So this person built this house upon the earth, and when the storm came, he didn't know that both of these men at this point are the same. Like, pre-storm, the houses look similar, I imagine. But when the storm comes and the floods beat upon the house, there's no foundation. It says, immediately the house fell. There was no even, it was futile. It was basically just a cardboard box. And immediately it fell. And the ruin of that house was great. Not only did it fall, but it fell in a dramatic and tragic fashion. Because the man heard and he didn't do what he needed to do after hearing. So it's important to examine ourselves, so to not be one of those on that day that say, Lord, Lord, haven't we done these things and that things and these things? And the Lord says, depart from me, you workers of iniquity. So it's important to examine ourselves and make sure that once we hear the words of Jesus and the more we, all the instructions that he gives us here, that we actually take some time to do them. Build your house upon the rock.